Hello everyone, this is Ayush Kataria and welcome to my YouTube channel AK Talk Sport. So finally you have a cricket video. This is my first ever cricket video on this channel. So far we have only had football and probably till the end of this week you can expect a lot more of football coverage than any other sport because we are in that part of the season. We are in the climax of both the Euros and the Copa America. Both have the semi-finals in the next couple of days, and then the final on Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, a lot of to look forward to in that aspect. So expect a lot more coverage on that. But after that, you can expect a lot of cricket on it because obviously now you have that women's team still have the T20 series left, and the men's team and one part of them is in Sri Lanka. That series starts next week, and then immediately after that we have that huge test series against England, 5 match test series. So yeah, cricket fans, you can expect a lot of coverage. And yeah, so let's get into today's video. So yeah, England women, India women, 3 match ODI series. England have won it. They won the series 2-1. They won the first 2 games, and India responded strongly, winning the third game. All 3 matches in this series were won by the team batting second. So yeah, it turned out to be a series good for teams looking to chase. Currently, the tour is at with the T20 series left. England have 6 points. India have 4 points. In case you're wondering what this is about, so in women's cricket, when there is a multi-format series, when all 3 formats are involved, what is done is that a one cumulative winner is announced for every series at the end of the tour. So after every format, points are counted. For test matches, if you win a test match, you get 6 points. For a draw, you get 2 points. For winning a ODI or a T20, you get 2 points, and if it's a no result, it's 1 point each. So yeah, in the test match was a draw. Let's talk about the test match briefly. Absolutely massive game after India playing a test match for 7 years. It is not ideal to play a test match after 7 years. And especially in this COVID time when the women cricketers have barely played, because yeah, you need match practice, red ball cricket, Duke's ball. You want to be well prepared. Yeah, Indian team, they had to quarantine. They did not really have any warm up match, but what a massive effort they put in. They were competitive in the game. Uh, Yet it looked like the game was heading to away from them. Two batting collapses. First innings, India looked so well set that massive partnership between Shefali Verma and Smriti Mandhana, but uh, total collapse after that. Even the second innings, Shefali Verma gave a good start. Batting order again collapsed, and any hopes of a draw or a positive result were anyways gone. A draw was also looking slim, but uh, tremendous fight by Sneh Rana and Tanya Bhatia. What an incredible effort they put in. How many times do you, in Test cricket, do you go from praying for rain to regretting there not being another day? A monumentous effort for them to help India draw that game. And you know, if there was a few rain delays before that, they were, and you obviously this was a 4 day game, not a 5 day game. That was how they put that women's test match. If India actually had that final day, we would probably have backed India to win it because India were obviously following on, but they got a lead of more than 100. So yeah, fourth innings, all they would have given a good competitive total. You never know what could have happened. But yeah, at the end of the day, we have to be happy with the draw. So a very good effort. That was a good start to the tour. Unfortunately, India could not carry that momentum into the ODI series. As I mentioned, 2-1 win for England. They won the first 2 games. And now, with the focus completely being on ODI cricket, because we have that Women's ODI World Cup coming up in next year. It was supposed to be held in 2021 because of COVID. It has been postponed. It's in February 2022 in New Zealand. Yeah, so that is the focus. But India's ODI form is now a source of big concern because we lost that series to South Africa 4-1 at home, and now we have lost this series. But now here, it's not fair to blame the players fully. Of course, they have been underperforming. There are problems. We'll get into that. But that series against South Africa was the women's team first assignment in a whole year. India played that T20 World Cup final against Australia at MCG on 8th March 2020, and then again we did not play an international till 7th March 2021. So yeah, there was COVID in between, but that was a problem for 3 months, 4 months. After every cricket board found a way, you found a way for the men's team, you found a way to conduct a whole full men's IPL. You should have found a way for women's cricket. There are no excuses for it. Much poorer both West Indies, South Africa, Pakistan. They were playing women's cricket in that period. You cannot say that. Yeah, of course, playing cricket in this time with bio bubbles, with regular testing necessary, is an expensive process. But if those boards can do it, why can't BCCI do it? Um, this is a huge problem of concern as how BCCI is handling the team. And yeah, then we have just lost momentum. There was so much to build on after that T20 final. Yeah, we lost the final, but the women's team was growing and growing. There was so much positivity. We reached three ICC tournaments in a row. We did so well, and we reached that 2016 50 over final loss at Lords against England. We lost very narrowly. Then we reached the semi-finals of the 2018 Women's T20 World Cup. Then we reached the 2020 T20 again in Australia, the final. Yeah, the trophy didn't come, but it looked close. But now we have just taken, like it seems like we've taken 10 steps backwards. And it is problematic because yeah, we had the scope. We just were one step away from a big trophy, but now it again seems we have to build on. So yeah, a lot of questions for BCCI to answer, but that there's a lot they need to answer regarding women's cricket, but that is a another video for another day. So yeah, as far as this series goes, you have to point fingers at the batting. There are simply no two ways about it. The first two games, very similar story. The batsmen just did not put enough runs on the board, and yeah, it was very easy for England for ultimately to chase that total down. And you have to specifically ask questions of the batting order of specific players now. First of all, is Harmanpreet Kaur. She is the second most experienced player in the team after Mithali Raj. She's the vice captain of this ODI team. She's the captain of the T20 team. She's probably the person in the middle order you rely on the most. Uh, she is so talented, so much quality, so much potential. She has obviously shown it. You'll obviously remember that brilliant knock she hit in that 2017 World Cup semi-final against Australia, 171. Probably the greatest ever innings in women cricket history, certainly the greatest in Indian cricket history. But after that, her form is just poor. There, you cannot hide away from it now. It's been 4 years, about 28 innings she has played in that point, and she has just two half centuries, not a single century, average below 30. Uh, for a player like her, you expect her to be that consistent glue who can always take you out of trouble because she has the potential capability to bat according to situation. If you need to stabilize the inning, she can do that. If you need to increase the strike rate, she can do that. But the runs are simply not coming, and you just need it because the middle order needs her. She is that X factor we have in our team, and if she is not getting those runs, it just makes it very tough for our batting to fire. Uh, because you cannot drop her also because she's so talented. She has so much quality, and you just need her in your team. And who do you even replace her with who can bring that same impact? So yeah, you simply need runs from her. Hopefully, even other formats, she had two very poor outings in the Test series. Also, I don't think her T20 form is also that great, but hopefully she can regain form in that T20 series that is coming up. She obviously had COVID, so let's not forget that also. And I think it was she had a bad bout of with COVID, so she's recovered from that. She did not play the full South Africa series. She had some injury also. So yeah, obviously she can regain. Or hopefully she can regain form in the T20 series, and then she'll be playing the 100 in England. She'll be staying in England to play the 100. So yeah, hopefully she can regain form there because we need her before the World Cup. Another player, she'll also be playing the 100, Shemia Rodriguez. It's been just 2 3 years ago she burst on the scene as a very talented player, very aggressive player, just 17, 18, with so much talent, but it's just not grown where you wanted it to because honestly put in ODI cricket she has simply never been. It's just her record is not good enough. She's played about 20 games. Her average is below 20. Uh, she has just three half centuries. She bats in the top order, and yeah, it's just not good enough. And since cricket resumption, probably from that South Africa series, she's played five ODIs. She doesn't have a single double-digit score. So big concern. How long can you even keep her in the team when yeah there are options in her position? So that is a major problem. Unfortunately, India's problems in ODI cricket, the women's team is just not players being out of form. It goes beyond that. The approach is a huge issue. Obviously, you have two openers, very explosive, who like to be aggressive, who like to start positively, Smriti Mandhana, Shefali Verma. But the problem is, if as far as accelerating the run rate goes, we are over dependent on those two. If they give a good start, good enough. But if they don't, you don't have anyone in the middle order to do that. Even if they're dismissed, then we are stuck in a rut. We just go into a shell, and it is an issue because that is not the way ODI cricket needs to be played. Mithali Raj, again, a legend of the game. First of all, a huge credit to her. In the third game, she became the leading run scorer in women's cricket history across all formats. She beat Charlotte Edwards' record. Exceptional stuff. Legend of Indian cricket, one of the greatest women to have ever played the sport. But coming to this series, she got three half centuries. Obviously, the only consistent score of outlet of scoring runs. But again, those first two games, her strike rate was the problem. First game, she played 108 balls to get 72, and even and batting towards the end of the innings also. And again, that is also flattering the case a bit because towards the start of her innings, for major parts, that strike rate was even lower. So she made up for the bit in the end, but certainly not good enough. Next game again plays 92 balls, just 59 runs. Uh, but yeah, now one end you ask yourself, do you move away from her? We did that in the T20 team. That had to be done because T20, you need an aggression of another level. But if you have to move past her in the ODI team, who else? Nobody's getting the runs. She's the only one. You just can't do that. But again, that approach is a problem. That is just outdated how India play. We don't get runs in the middle overs. We probably don't lose wickets sometimes, but if the runs are not coming, what's the point of it? It doesn't. This approach doesn't work in men's cricket anymore. It doesn't even work in women's cricket. So yeah, that needs to change. But yeah, another problem is that it's just that we just have too many similar players. Mithali Raj and Harmanpreet Kaur are the only natural middle order players. Even in that, Mithali Raj, as I mentioned, she plays that anchor role. But then again, in that top order, just have too many opening options. Mandana and Shefali Verma are your two best openers. They have to open, but they are two players who are able to play aggressively. But you cannot bat them lower down the order because they won't be as affected playing the older ball. But other players that you have in the batting order, Shemia Rodriguez, Poonam Roth, even Dipti Sharma, these are natural openers, and their game also struggles coming down the order, and it's not working out at the moment. But I'm not sure if it's just down to players' ability or it's a bigger problem because what Mithali Raj said in the press conference was her job is to do the job that the team management asking her to do, and she seemed pretty content that she was doing that job. So if we are deciding to play this way, then you need a massive cultural change, and yeah, before the World Cup because this is not going to work. But yeah, in that last game, you did get a light of positivity in Sneh Rana. So Mithali Raj, she was in complete control of that chase, but she was running out of partners, and the scoring rate was rising. But Rana, completely unfazed. She played a quick fire cameo and helped to get the team over the line. And yeah, Mithali Raj said in the post-match interview that we need to groom her as a finisher, and probably we do need to do that because not a lot of players like her are around in that Indian women's circuit. She is someone who can bat aggressively. She can bat in the lower order, importantly. So hopefully we invest in her, let her become that player who we can rely on with the bat. And obviously her main skill set is the bowling. And so yeah, seems a very promising talent. And yeah, this is the story of the tour. We have to talk about it. Rana had not played for India since 2016, so 5 years she was completely out of the picture. Had injuries, I was out of form. So she was recalled for this series after a very good performance with both bat and ball in the women's domestic campaign that happened earlier this year. But so she was not part of the. She was so out of the reckoning that she was not part of the women's IPL roster of the three teams that BCCI made. That is another question now. If one hand you claim that there's not enough depth of talent in women's cricket so that we can have a full-fledged IPL, and then you have players like Rana who are performing so well on the international stage after missing the cut on the roster for those three teams. So you have to wonder what is going on. But yeah, a very positive sign for Indian cricket. I hope she lives up to the potential she has shown. Could be a person who can make difference in that World Cup that is coming up. We will see how she gets around in the T20 series. The T20 series should be exciting because I feel that is a format Indian women's team are the best at the moment. They play a very good brand of cricket. So that should be an exciting series, three-match series. So yeah, that's enough for today. I'll see you very soon. Thank you for watching. Please share, please like the video, subscribe. Bye bye.